decentralized finance, DeFi is changing the way that people all over the world think about money faster than any previous financial revolution. Banks, which have monopolized the way we've accessed money since antiquity, are finally seeing their status being challenged. Now it's DeFi, which is starting to provide an alternative that could turn the economic landscape on its head and democratize access to finance. Hey crypto lovers, it is Crypto Billionaire, your friendly neighborhood crypto and financial education channel. In today's video, we'll tell you all about how DeFi is the future and what exactly big bad banks are doing as their status is being challenged. So stick with us till the end to perfectly understand the current market position in Wales. But before we begin, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for the latest and amazing cryptocurrency and blockchain videos. So let's begin with the video. So this seismic shift in power away from governments and banks and towards real people is long overdue, particularly in developing nations where DeFi is already emerging as a tool for remittances and small loans. Financial inclusion is another significant advantage that DeFi can deliver, particularly when 1.7 billion adults remain unbanked. The growth of DeFi space is staggering. By taking concepts from traditional finance and turning these into transparent protocols through smart contracts, DeFi provides a trustless ecosystem that delivers anything from insurance to loans to savings accounts. But as we all know, with DeFi on the rise and governments and banks not wanting to lose control of the monetary system, they are turning their attention to issuing digital currencies themselves. Central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, are seen as a way of maintaining control over the monetary system while giving users faster and cheaper transactions. Well, if we fast forward to the year 2030, what elements of decentralization can we expect to see in our everyday lives? Cryptocurrencies aim to make money universally available worldwide, meaning that underlying DeFi protocols provide liquidity on swaps, borrowing, and lending. And despite the complexity of DeFi, end users are not aware that they're interacting with these global liquidity sources directly, as complete privacy is ensured on all DeFi and spending. The way DeFi is going, this is certainly a possible future for it. Ultimately though, for DeFi to reach what many may consider a utopian future, some hurdles need to be overcome first. One area to consider is the barriers to widespread adoption. For instance, the vulnerability of smart contracts and unpredictability of the DeFi market, regulatory issues, and accessibility to emerging technologies. It's clear that DeFi is here to stay and could become the core finance in 2030. For that to happen though, more needs to be done today. Right now, it's the growing development of CBDCs that pose both a threat and an opportunity to DeFi as more nations experiment with them and governments begin to adopt them. But just because CBDCs are gaining pace, that doesn't mean DeFi can't find its place in our future world too. Yet, if people want to control their own money and know where it's coming from while giving developing nations access to banking, then DeFi is where the future is heading. Scary but true that DeFi is therefore playing a role as an innovation laboratory, allowing different infrastructure issues to get tested at a breakneck pace and ensuring that the correct infrastructure required by CBDCs will already be available when they are being rolled out around the world. Let's just hope that it's not the bank again that controls the money. There are plenty of hurdles that DeFi needs to overcome before we see the kind of mainstream adoption that becomes present in everyday life. Now let's take a look at how private institutions are preparing themselves for this battle. Stick with us till the end to get a better idea. So, first off, Bank of America Corporation (BOA) has published a research report offering a bullish outlook for the long-term prospects of cryptocurrency. The report, published on Monday by BOA's subsidiary, BOFA Securities, offers a nuanced appraisal of the digital asset sector that highlights innovation taking place within the decentralized finance (DeFi) and non-fungible token (NFT) sectors. The report asserts that the cryptocurrency sector's $2.15 trillion market capitalization is too large to ignore, highlighting that the digital asset ecosystem has evolved to encompass so much more than just Bitcoin (BTC). The report characterizes the sector as comprising tokens that act like operating systems, decentralized applications (dApps) without middlemen, stablecoins pegged to fiat currencies, central bank digital currencies (CBDCs) to replace national currencies and non-fungible tokens (NFTs), enabling connections between creators and fans. For us, digital assets are not about payments per se, they're about a new computing paradigm, a programmable computer that is accessible everywhere and to anyone and owned by millions of people globally. The BOFA report noted that venture capital in the crypto and blockchain sector has dramatically increased in 2021, noting that the more than $17 billion invested into the industry during the first half of this year is more than triple the $5.5 billion injected into the sector over the entirety of 2020. Institutional demand grows. To get a better idea as to how active institutional layers have been in terms of their crypto exposure, let's hear what Luke Striger's Chief Commercial Officer for crypto options exchange Deribit has said. He highlighted that large banks like Morgan Stanley, Citi, and Goldman Sachs are starting to offer their clients a wide array of digital assets. He commented, "We don't see them becoming active in offshore derivatives platforms yet. We do, however, see that Tier 2 firms in size, assets manager, and hedge funds becoming more and more active, either actively investing in trading or alternatively hedging their VC investments." But as usual, not everyone agrees. Philip Gunwy, Chief Marketing Officer for NFT ecosystem Block Asset, said that while Bitcoin's embrace by institutional investors has been progressive over the past many months, some are still cautious, especially as the regulatory climate surrounding this nascent industry has continued to heat up. In his view, the potential buyers of Bitcoin are not a coordinated effort by these institutional investors, and as such, one cannot tell with certainty the buying patterns of these investors, except when announced. While Morgan Stanley recently doubled down on its Bitcoin investments, many institutional investors are choosing the option of venture capital funding, injecting capital in companies offering Bitcoin-related services. So, institutional demand is growing despite being some of them cautious. Now let's hear what exactly one of the biggest private bank, Morgan Stanley, is doing. So, Morgan Stanley, one of the largest banks in the United States, is setting up a new crypto-focused research division. Announcing the news in a memo to staff, Morgan Stanley's executives stressed that the launch of a dedicated crypto research team, and I quote, is in recognition of the growing significance of cryptocurrencies and other digital assets in global markets. As previously reported, Morgan Stanley has been pushing into digital assets over the past year, steadily growing its direct exposure to Bitcoin (BTC) through several investment funds by Grayscale Investments. In March, Morgan Stanley reportedly introduced a Bitcoin investment tool for millionaire clients. To summarize it all in few points, DeFi is the future, but banks maybe are playing smart and won't lose control of money that easily. Both of them playing cool with each other is also one of the plausible future. Institutional interest is growing as big firms are showing interest in cryptos. Even Morgan Stanley has even introduced crypto research team in the firm. So how about you guys? What do you think about all of this? Is this a healthy practice that the wealthy few define the market? Let us know in the comments below, and do like the video if you enjoyed our content. And lastly, I don't know what it is that you're gonna do with this red color button below. Ask a whale to invest in this as its future looks gray, or simply click it until it becomes gray or any other color. Your choice, but it must not be red anymore. I really don't like that red color. Lastly, hit that bell icon as well if you don't want to miss any future updates, but until then, peace out.